to CBS Sports HQ, presented by FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Make every moment more. I'm Jenny Dell alongside America. Ooh, America.
You came in hot and fast with that intro. She's spicy today.
Wow. Spicy Tuesday. I like it. We got Kyle Long, Prisco here with us as well. It's Tuesday. We're feeling spicy, and we're going to talk about Prisco's power ranking.
I think, so I was trying to, because we were talking about this upstairs, I think we should call it Truth Tuesday.
I like that.
Because you're doling out the truth about these teams, but you're also having to accept it.
Well,
because
does he have trouble with that?
I dole out the truth and he rips them to shreds.
No. You also had to accept it because as we take a look at Pete's power rankings here, Pete, you told me the Steelers, I said, what was the biggest surprise for you? And you had to swallow some truth serum there.
Yeah, I did, because earlier in the season, before the season, I said the Steelers would be the worst team in their own division.
Well.
And here we are, 3 weeks in, and they're the best team in the division at 3-0.
We're going to talk about the Steelers in a bit, but we want to start with the Bills. Last week, the Bills crushed the Jags 47-10, tied 4th for the largest win in team history. Josh Allen has just been dominant, off to just such an impressive start out there. Pete, you picked the Bills to go to the Super Bowl.
I did. And look, the one thing that people said before the season, guys like him, the window was shutting on this team. As long as Josh Allen is playing quarterback, the window never shuts. Its sustainable success comes from the quarterback position. If you have that guy, you can fill in the spots around him. That's what the Bills have done. And everybody said, no Stephon Diggs. Oh my gosh, he did nothing the last 10 games of the season. He was addition by subtraction. That's what he was. Josh Allen's a better quarterback now. He is the MVP frontrunner. Right?
Look, I had no issue with your prediction about the Buffalo Bills. My issue with the Bills is that defensive side of the ball. I didn't expect Von Miller to find the fountain of youth and continue to look the way he has in years past. I didn't expect Greg Rousseau to continue to ascend as a rusher. And then I look at Matt Milano, the leader, the heart and soul of that defense, and I had a lot of questions, and rightfully so, Pete. But this guy, Josh Allen, comes out, and he's like the Shohei Ohtani of the NFL right now. There's nothing that the guy can't do. It's almost like he's bigger than the game at this point. Joe Brady and him, same page. I have no issues with this.
You know what? I talked to Von Miller. We shook hands in training camp. I gave him the secret to the fountain of youth.
Oh, you did?
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Can you share it with us?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's
Von Miller, Ponce de Leon.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's talk about the Steelers here. Pete, last week you had them in your top 10. They have now cracked the top 5 for you. Here's what I want to know, though. When is Mike Tomlin, do we have to give him permission to say, you may make Justin Fields your starter now moving forward?
Yeah, I don't understand that, because he is the starter. He should be the starter. I don't get it. That's gamesmanship a little bit, too. Sometimes these guys don't want to know, signal to the other team who it is. Mike Tomlin's done a great job with this team. Fantastic. Mike Tomlin, if we didn't already know, is one of the best coaches this league has ever seen. And we see it year in and year out. This team's not supposed to be this good. And yet, they haven't beaten a lot of good teams. Let's be real. But the fact that they're winning these games, they had a quarterback controversy in the summer, and now they're winning games with Justin Fields' defense, running the ball. It's the same Mike Tomlin formula it's been for, the whole entire time he's been there. When you look at this team, they're, to me, the biggest surprise of the league so far.
Yeah, it's like when I think about great teams, I think about like Andy Reid's team. I call it the land of misfit toys. It's a bunch of guys that just don't quite fit in a bunch of groups, but on his roster, they find a way to make it happen. Tomlin's teams, they have always historically found a way to finish the season strong and get back to that benchmark, that 500 benchmark. Well, this team is even better than that. They find a way to go out and get wins early in the season. They believe in this guy, Justin Fields. I really like the progression he's made at the quarterback position. Middle of the field now opens up for Justin Fields, and as a Bears fan, I saw him. It was like a vacuum. It was like deep outer space was the middle of the field. It did not exist for the offense in Chicago. They got him making some trust throws over the middle, and he's not turning the ball over, Pete. They're playing great defense, taking care of the football. All credit goes to Mike Tomlin, and there is no quarterback controversy. So,
since you did have them initially as one of the worst teams in this division, do you think they're going to finish at the top? Ravens going to be above them?
The Ravens will finish ahead of them, but they are going to be in the conversation to make the playoffs. I'll tell you that, and I didn't think that was going to happen. Again, they're not going to be the worst team in the division because the Browns are in it. So that's
and the Bengals.
Well, the Bengals will get it. The Bengals will get it going.
Bengals still have
we'll talk about the Bengals here in a second.
We're going to get to the Bengals. I want to look at that Bengals-Commanders game on Monday Night Football that we all watched. Fun fact: first game since 1940 with no turnovers or punts. That's impressive.
We need more games like that. Those are my kind of games.
No,
up and down the
a good
field.
turnover over there.
No, I want to see it go up and down the field. Quarterback
don't want,
play.
like a horrible rainy game.
No, that's horrendous. They should play all the games inside. Everything in no snow, no rain, no wind. All of them inside.
And we're sitting here poo-pooing the Cincinnati Bengals, and they played a really great game offensively. And the arrival of T. Higgins again with Jamar Chase, it was business as usual for Joe Burrow, but they did not have enough firepower to keep up with those Commanders.
So tell us about the
for Jaden Daniels, it was like it's 2 LSU Heisman winners, and he's looking across the field at this young guy, Jaden Daniels. Nothing seems to be going wrong for the Washington Commanders. And Cliff Kingsbury and his offense, they were challenged all week. You heard Cam Taylor-Britt talk about it's a college offense. Well, maybe they should start running college offenses that are simple and fun to run more often in the NFL, because Jaden Daniels, it was simple, deep ball, quarterback keepers, the trick play to Trent Scott. This is a fun offense they got going on, Pete.
He is going to be a star. I thought it when he came out. I said he was the best quarterback in the draft class. I firmly believe that he's the most improved player from the time I saw him in college at Arizona State, my alma mater. He wasn't very good there. Transfers to LSU, fantastic at LSU. He's gotten better at every step, and he continues to get better. He can move, he can run, he's athletic, but he can throw from the pocket, and that's the most important thing. He makes it look easy.
I think it's a lot of fun to watch the NFC East right now to see what's going to happen, especially with what's going on with the Cowboys. You have the Giants sometimes looking a little bit better than we thought they were going to be. So let's go to the other side. Kyle, you defended the Bengals. They are now sitting at 0-3. However, you said at least offensively,
yes,
it was a good game.
But that ain't the whole story, is it, Garrett?
Let's get
that
the other
ain't the
side
whole
of
story.
that.
They're not able to get after the quarterback. You know, with this pass rush unit, you have to get quarterbacks off their spot, speed up the internal clock for quarterbacks. They weren't able to do that. We've seen it with Trey Hendrickson in weeks past, where the style of the fight at tackle and edge rusher dictates the success for Trey Hendrickson. No success last night for that group. Jaden Daniels was baking a cake back there. If they do want to have success, the Bengals, they need to win all their division games. I think they've got 6 division games remaining. They got the Giants and they've got the Panthers coming up, not in that order. They have to win more than just these division games, because since here, I got a stat for you here. Since 2002, they did a realignment. 27 teams have finished undefeated in their division. The only team to finish undefeated in their division and not make the playoffs was the Oakland Raiders in 2010. They went 6-0. They went 8-8 in their total schedule. Didn't make the playoffs. So even if they do make a run and beat all these teams in division, they got to win some games outside the division, Pete.
Yeah, and they've already lost 2 games outside the division to teams they should have beat at home, to the Patriots and to the Commanders. They're supposed to win those games.
Away.
So they play former quarterback, Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton this week. If they lose that game, then you can put, they're done. They're finished. They have to win this week or they're done.
Talk about those Pete predictions, though.
That was never said.
We have to bring it up all the time.
It was 1 in 10 for Joe Burrow to win a Super Bowl. When he was drafted, I said he would win 1 Super Bowl in the next 10 years. I'm sticking to it. He needs help on defense right now. He can score.
Something else that you like to be,
it's not going to be Pete's fault.
Sticking to, or to your guys, to your favorite teams. You got the Jags and Will Levis. Those are like your babies, and they're at the bottom of the power rankings. Don't say you don't love them.
Owning Trevor Lawrence and Will Levis?
No, I will. Let's put it this way. I will sit here and rip the Jacksonville franchise to shreds, because I think the front office, I think the general manager, Trent Baalke, should have been fired a couple years ago. He doesn't do a great job. The draft hasn't been great. They drafted Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson because he looked the part. He's not the same player. They spent a lot of money on Trevor Lawrence. They spent a lot of money on Josh Hines-Allen. They spent a lot of money on Tyson Campbell. Campbell's not playing. Hines-Allen hasn't done the same thing he did a year ago. Trevor Lawrence is struggling. This team is a mess right now, and they have a real tough job in front of them to try and fix it, starting this week against the Texans on the road. Texans lose, come home, play a division game. Jacksonville playing on a short week, back-to-back. I'm telling you, this is a mess, and you will see heads roll. Shad Khan, the owner of the team, said it was the best team in the history of the franchise from a talent standpoint, which I don't agree with. But if they don't win, they're going to make wholesale changes.
Yeah, this roster is getting used to going on these big losing streaks, and once you get used to losing in the NFL, it's really hard to get out of that streak, and you have to make wholesale changes. You need a new leader in the team meeting. You need a new coordinator, and I think the one thing that they're going to be married to is this Trevor Lawrence guy. You know, Trevor Lawrence is going to be there. He's won in the past. Last year, we saw them win football games. That's why he got paid. But right now, we're just not seeing a team going out there and winning. I don't know if it's Doug. I'm not sure if it's the offensive line situation or all the money they throw into free agency that has not panned out for them. But it ain't good in Jacksonville, and I think changes need to be made.
Trevor Lawrence right now with the longest active losing streak out of any quarterback in the NFL. By the way, if you're wondering why these guys are looking extra dapper, it's picture day today.
It is picture day.
You look nice.
He looks handsome every day.
Yeah, by the way, you didn't give me the Will Levis. I'm not giving up on Will Levis, in case anybody wants to know.
We want to know.
Because you know what? Will Levis, if you go back and watch the tape, he got sacked 8 times on Sunday. If you go back and watch the tape, the one throw, there's a great breakdown by Kurt Warner on Twitter on the hitch that he threw for a pick 6 and why it happened. And that's, the guy's better than you think he is. I'm telling you, he's not bad. He just has to stop the dumb plays.
He needs to understand that he doesn't need to be a superhero. He doesn't need to be a superhero. They have a good defense. They've got a good coach. They've got a good group. Go win some football games.
It's okay to take a sack and not turn it over.
Who are you convincing? Jenny and I, or the public?
The world.
The world?
Very
I think Will Levis is like your Taylor Swift. Like he's over here like...
You know what? They used to do this to Josh Allen when I used to defend him.
Oh, God.
He's tapping the table, dude.
He's
tapping the table.
When Josh Allen was starting out, I used to defend Josh Allen, and everybody killed me. Well, look who the MVP leading candidate is.
Clear cut.
5 years, we'll talk about Will Levis.
Yep.
Exactly.
I don't think you'll get 5 years. We'll know in about 7 weeks.
All right, Pete Prisco, Kyle Long, thanks for joining us here on HQ. Always a blast. And if you want to see more of this guy over here, check out Pushing the Pile, NFL Conversations with Kyle Long and football analyst Mike Renner. One of the best pods out there.
Yeah, it's big brain conversations.
That's exactly what it is.